What's going on, folks? This is your host, GPs, and happy holidays to all the rock and metal fans out there. Christmas and a happy new year. On this episode, I will have my review on this Steel Panther concert that went down not too long ago. Of course, went down here in the suburbs of Chicago. So we'll talk about that. I'll have the set list as well. And I also have a show and tell. I bought a t-shirt, right? You know, if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, you're watching right now, hit the subscribe button. Again, it's a podcast available in all major podcasting outlets like Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts. So if you don't feel like watching on YouTube, it's available on podcasting forms today, right now. So hit the subscribe, of course. And if you're watching on YouTube, you get to see the lovely item I purchased. And I do this to all my concert reviews. Always buy shirts and support the bands as always. So we have that going on as well. Now I'll show the set list. And then for the second half of the show, I'll talk about new tours, new festivals, just more bands going on tour in 2024. Always exciting all across the board in the world of rock and heavy metal. So, all right, that's enough of me jabbing. Let's talk about Steel Panther. If you know the band, if you know the history of the band, or you know what they're capable of, obviously it's not meant for kids, right? It's not meant for kids whatsoever. And again, you know, it's a great show. If you're a fan of comedy, you're a fan of 80s spoof rock and roll, Steel Panther is your way. So let's talk about the set list here. So this was happening on December 12th of 2023. So the set list you're looking on YouTube right now is courtesy of setlist.fm.com. They get the credit. Of course, Steel Panther at the Forge of Joliet, the Winter Holidaze Tour of 2023. So, of course, what better way to be fitting for a holiday episode of this podcast is by showing the Steel Panther Winter Holidaze Tour. So you can see right here there are 15 songs on the set list. So let's look at it. Eyes of the Panther. They kick off the show doing Eyes of the Panther. Great song from the first record. Again, yeah, as I warned you, this is an adult orientated show. Let Me Come In, Asian Hooker, The Birding of the Being Wonderful, Friends with Benefits off the new record, on the Prowl record, guitar solo, Death to All But Metal, talk about a classic Steel Panther, 1987 from the new record, Ain't Dead Yet, impromptu song for a girl, the stocking song, community property, party all day, truck all night, party like the tomorrow's the end of the world, and they end the set list with Glory Hole. So there we go, folks. Steel Panther on the Prowl Holidaze Tour 2023. And again, they were great. You know, again, typical comedy as always, adult orientated. And if you've never seen Steel Panther before, well, you know, just beware bringing your girlfriend or a wife. So, as I mentioned, I do have a show and tell. So they did had a tour T-shirt, of course, but they ran out of my size for a big guy. But I got this shirt, Death to All But Metal. So I did get a T-shirt from the concert, as always. You know, it's a great show, great rock and roll show. If you're a fan of 80s style music, but again, if you love the comedy portion and you're very sensitive, this is probably not for you. But again, it was great as always. Good laughs, good music, good fun. All right, so there you go. Steel Panther, a phenomenal band. All right, so we will switch over to new music tours in the world of rock and roll. And we'll do that after we come back after taking a short quick break. All right, welcome back, folks. And I forgot to mention the Steel Panther concert video. I got a couple videos shot, and the best place to find it is my secondary podcast and not secondary podcast, secondary YouTube page, Riffs and Body Slams. That's the place to be. And I'll show you that in a second. But I got to say, it was a hell of a show. Hell of a show. The crowd was packed. The venue was packed. One of my favorite venues to go visit, the Forge of Joliet in downtown Joliet, Illinois, just outside southwest of Chicago, Illinois. So nice little venue. Again, is the venue is almost similar to the capacity of the House of Blues, maybe more. They have plenty balcony seatings. You can reserve the head. Cost more, of course. Again, I'm always a floor guy. Always been the floor guy, and I always will be. Regardless the type of shows, death metal, thrash metal, hair metal, and any type of rock and metal, I'm always on the floor no matter what. Front barricade as always. So as I mentioned, riffs and body slams, that's the YouTube page you want to go check out. So if you're watching on YouTube, I will show you the page here really quick. And if you're listening on podcast, you hear the voice on the podcasting land. All you have to do is type in at riffs and body slams 5201. That's my handle name. Or just type in riffs and body slams. There we go. If you're watching on YouTube, there you go, riffs and body slams. Got my Steel Panther. Being really close. Front barricade, as always, a great, great rock and roll show. All right, so since I got your attention on YouTube, so here we go as I'm get some stuff going on. Here we go. So Maryland Death Fest going on May 23rd to the 26th of 2024 in Baltimore, Maryland. Got a bunch of bands playing. You got Bath, you have Sodom, Forbidden, Grave of My Dying Bride, bunch of other bands playing. Nice stack lineup if you're a fan of death metal and black metal. Going down May 23rd through the 26th in Baltimore, Maryland. So check out Maryland Death Fest, or you just go check out their website, deathfest.com. All right, good deal. All right, let's hop on over Manowar for all the power metal fans out there. Manowar will play a one exclusive U.S. show, not a tour, a U.S. show, just one. November 30th, 2024 in New York City. So if you're a big Manowar fan, Joey DeMaio, was that Eric Adams? What's the lead singer of Manowar? Either way, they haven't done a full U.S. tour in a long ass time, right? The last time they came to Chicago, I missed out. And if I quite remember, they played a venue in Chicago, and apparently that building they originally played at, the ceiling collapsed, and they had to change venues in the last minute notice. But they made the show happen, but no U.S. tour. The reason why, I don't know. Maybe poor ticket sales. I don't know. I don't know. Again, those are a big fan base for Wasp when they return, right? They sold out handful of venues, and I don't see why there's not a demand for Manowar. But there's only one show. It's in New York City, November 30th of 2024. So get your hands on them. They're probably sold out by now. There's only one show in the United States of 2024. So go check out Manowar. All right, we got the tour with no name 2024. You got Doyle, Doyle von Frankenstein from the Misfits. Yeah, he's doing a solo band with OTEP and Red Devil Vortex. Going on tour April 12th of Reading, Pennsylvania. Goes all the way down to Greensville, South Carolina, May the 11th. And of course, you see right there, if you're watching on YouTube, the Forge of Joliet, April 19th. Yeah, my happy ass will be there. So Doyle with OTEP, Red Devil Vortex, the tour with no name of 2024. Go check it out next year. All right. They're teasing a tour in April, May, and June of 2024. No dates has been announced yet, but they're teasing it already. Hell, Fire, and Chaos, the best of British rock and metal. Dude, sign my name up. Saxon, Uriah Heep, the USA tour of April, May, and June of 2024. Now, the dates will be released shortly, But they tease something here, folks. They got a badass poster for watching on YouTube. The best of British rock and metal tour. Saxon, Uriah Heep, two bands I'd never seen before. Have to check it out once the dates and ticket sales will release. And as soon as that get released, of course, my happy ass will share it with you guys here on podcast and YouTube land. All right, let's come on here to the next tour of 2024, 40 Years of Apocalypse. Anniversary tour, Vader. When they're going to be going on tour with Origin and Inhuman Conditions. Trek starts February, Atlanta, Georgia, and goes all the way down to March in Tampa, Florida. Chicago, you got Reggie's Rock Club, February 13th. That's a hell of a tour, man. Vader. Not the wrestler Vader, rest in peace. The band, the legendary metal band Vader is going on tour with Origin and the Inhuman Condition. Go check it out. 2024. All right. Speaking of legendary rock band, metal band, Raven. You know who, Gallagher and the boys are going on tour in 2024 with Vicious Rumors. Vicious Rumors are playing the Soldiers of the Night album in entirety. And you have, what's this, Luthero and Wicket. So Raven and the boys are be going on tour March 22nd in Cape Coral, Florida. And goes all the way down to May 4th in Papano Beach, Florida at the Piper's Club in Chicago. In the Midwest, let's see. We do got Reggie's Rock Club, another great fine rock club going down in downtown Chicago, April the 14th. So check out Raven with Vicious Rumors and more on the 2024 tour. All right, let's talk about this badass of a tour. Voivod's going on tour with Victor and the boys and Prong. They're going to be going on tour February 28th in Columbus, Ohio, and goes all the way up to Pennsylvania, March 24th. And of course, you're going to be at Thalia Hall in Chicago, March 20th. And they're going to be in St. Louis as well, March 17th. So check out Voivod, a co-headlining tour with Prong. Badass tour. All right, let's go check out what else is going on in 2024. One of my favorite metal bands out there, Metal Church. They're going to be heading on a U.S. tour in North America with Heathen and more. Trek starts in Burlington, Vermont in March 20th and goes all the way down to the candidates, bunch of candidates in March. So check out Metal Church with Heathen and more 2024. Great band. Rest in peace, Mike Howell. That's the last time I saw them was with Mike Howell. The 69 Eyes. Another band I haven't seen yet. The Death of Darkness USA Tour 2024. And they're going to be bringing the Bites on tour. Trek starts in Albany, New York, March 25th. No, not November, March 25th, and goes up to Clifton, New Jersey, April 13th. In Chicago, you got March 30th. So check out the 69 Eyes, great band from Finland. They're going to bring it out the Bites as the opening band on the tour. So check them out in 2024. All right, Kulipai Khan, Texas. Great hardcore band from Texas, of course. United States headlining tour. They got a bunch of bands opening up. Trek starts in March, starting in, I believe it's New Mexico? Small print if you're watching on YouTube. Goes all the way up down to Pennsylvania, April 21st. And they'll be at the legendary Metro in Chicago, April 12th. Again, this is the U.S. tour at Kulipai Khan, if you're a fan of the hardcore style rock. All right, this one I have to check out. Some people will groan, some people will be down for it. Great band from Germany called Electric Callboy. Going to be doing a U.S. North American tour. And this photo I'm showing on YouTube is they will be at the legendary Aragon Ballroom May 15th in Chicago. Electric Callboy. I'm not a big fan of techno music, but I'm a big fan of slamming metalcore riffs. And these guys are great at it. And if you haven't seen them, go check them out. Like myself, maybe I'll see them. I think it may interfere with Milwaukee Metal Fest. So I might miss some, but if you happen to be a fan of Electric Callboy, they'll be doing a North American tour in the springtime of 2024. All right, Corey Taylor, CMF try that again. CMF2 Tour 2024. And the opening act will be Des Rocks. Never heard of them. I'll have to check them out. February 3rd in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and goes all the way up to Omaha, Nebraska, March. So check out Corey Taylor and a solo tour, CMF2 Tour 2024 with Des Rocks. Go check them out. All right, Black Veil Brides are going to be going on tour. I know fans are out there like, ugh. Yeah, Black Veil Brides going to be going on tour with the Bleeders American Tour 2024, and they're going to have Creeper, Dark Divine, and Ghost Kid. Never heard of these bands, but I've seen Black Veil Brides a couple times, and it's what it is. And they're going to be going on tour in 2024, so go check it out if you're a fan of the band. All right, for the punkers out there, all the punk rock fans, the co-headlining this spring of 2024, Bad Religion, Social Distortion, and they're going to have the Love Bombs opening up. This is a hell of a package, man. Trek starts April 9th in California, Bakersfield, California, and goes away. The last date is in Chicago. The final show, May 18th at the Salt Shed, the new venue that just opened up a couple years ago. It used to be a Morton a factory for salt, and they transform it into a music venue. So I have to check it out. But Bad Religion, Social Distortion, Chicago is a well-known punk town. So that'll be a hell of a show to see. But go check them out on the U.S. tour of 2024. All right. And lastly, Violence. Violence going to be going on tour with Ex-Hoarder and a bunch of other bands. Check them out on their US 2024. So Violence going to be performing the classic album Internal Nightmare Internally. And small dates here, but Massachusetts in April, New York, Brooklyn, April, Philadelphia, Baltimore, Cleveland, Detroit, and Chicago. The final date in Chicago, Reggie. So hell of a tour date, man. Violence with Ex-Hoarder. Man, if you're a fan of thrash and old school metal, this tour is for you. And M3 Rock Festival. M3 Rock Festival, if you're a fan of 80s hair metal, going down May 4th and 5th. Queensrÿche, Stephen Pearcy, Rat, Last in Line, Quiet Riot, Lynch Mob. I know Lynch Mob is planning on calling it quits very soon, so go check them out. Doro Pesh, Aldo Novo, Child's Play, Brett Michaels' band was Dee Snider, Night Ranger, Striper, great band, Y&T, Faster Pussycat, another great band, Pretty Boy Floyd. So if you're a fan of 80s hair metal style, the Sunset Strip, and you want to make a trip to the M3 Rock Festival in Maryland, go check them out May 4th and 5th. All right, Lacuna Coil is going on tour with New Year's Day and Ocean Slumber and Night of the Fire 2024. The Queens, New York, May 2nd, goes all the way up to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Oh, yeah, that's right. Lacuna Coil will be on the Milwaukee Metal Fest. So, by the way, Testament has been added to the Milwaukee Metal Fest as well. So who knows? Maybe I'll have to take a trip up the Milwaukee Metal Fest. Of course, I was up there last year's for the returning inaugural event. Of course, run under by Jamie Johnston. Of course, if you check out right behind me, I have the poster and stuff right behind me. Man, that was a hell of a festival, and I enjoyed it. I recommend going again. Stacked lineup for next year's Milwaukee Metal Fest. Slaughter to Prevail, Mr. Bungle, Testament's on there, DS, all the old school bands could be returning back to Milwaukee Metal Fest. So if you're a fan of thrash, you're a fan of old school metal, old school death metal, black metal, power metal, a lot of power metal being represented on the festival. So go check it out, man. Tickets are on sale. And my understanding, they're early bird specials if you want to save on the moolah, right? All right, so that's it, folks. I hope you guys have a great, happy holiday. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and of course, program alert for the next final episode of 2023. I'll have my top 10 favorite bands or shows I never seen. I'm gonna make it interesting, right? My top 10 bands, first time seeing this year that I enjoyed, and we will talk about it. And maybe some of these bands on the list maybe you never seen before, maybe you have. I'll have my top 10, and you'll be surprised what my number one pick is. First time seeing and became a huge fan. And this list is collected from metal to classic rock, just over the damn place. So again, my friends, that's next episode for the final episode of 2023. All right, friends, happy holidays. Take care, stay heavy, and horns up. Until next time, my friends.